We're all looking for that secret, that one key to living a longer, healthier life. But what if the answer wasn't in some high-tech lab or a complicated pill, but was actually sitting right there on our dinner plates? Today, we're going to dive into a way of eating that science is showing could be a major key to longevity.
I mean, who doesn't want to live a long, vibrant life, right? It's a universal goal. We hit the gym, we follow the latest health news, all in the hopes of adding a few more good years. But what if one of the most powerful tools for doing just that has been hiding in plain sight this whole time?
And that leads us to the big question for today's explainer. Can you really eat your way to a longer, healthier life? Can your food choices actually change the length and the quality of your entire time here? Well, a whole lot of scientific evidence is starting to point toward a big, resounding yes.
And that's where the Mediterranean diet comes into the picture. Now, this isn't some new fad or a quick fix you see online. Nope. This is a time-tested way of eating that has been studied for decades, and the research suggests it can do some pretty amazing things for both your body and your brain.
So, what is it exactly? Well, at its heart, it's actually beautifully simple. It's a diet built around fresh, whole foods. It's not so much about what you can't eat, but more about piling your plate high with an abundance of plants, healthy fats, and good, lean protein. Let's break it down into the core components. It really rests on four main pillars: whole vegetables, fresh fruits, things like beans and lentils, legumes, and a healthy amount of oily fish, which is just packed with those incredible omega-3 fatty acids.
Okay, so it sounds good, but what does the science actually say? Why has this particular style of eating gotten such a stellar reputation? Well, let me tell you, the body of evidence is huge, and it's pretty darn compelling. And we're not just talking about one or two little perks. The benefits are all over the map. Just in recent studies, this diet has been linked to better brain health, a lower risk for certain cancers, lower blood pressure, and even better digestion. I mean, that's a seriously impressive list, right?
But that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Better brain, better heart, lower cancer risk. How on earth can one way of eating have such a massive, widespread impact on our bodies? It almost sounds a little too good to be true.
Well, it turns out scientists think the secret, the real magic, is happening in your gut. All that fiber from the fruits, veggies, and legumes, it's basically superfood for the trillions of good bacteria living in your digestive system. And when those little guys are happy and well-fed, it has a huge positive ripple effect on pretty much every other system in your body.
But here's where it gets even cooler. The Mediterranean diet isn't some ancient, unchanging rulebook. Researchers are actually modifying it, creating these sort of supercharged versions to tackle very specific modern health problems. So you've got the classic version, right? That's your fantastic all-around choice for general health. Then you have the green Mediterranean diet, which goes all in on plants to specifically target that dangerous belly fat and slow brain aging. And then there's the Mind diet, which is this really clever mashup with the DASH diet. And its whole mission is to protect your brain and fight cognitive decline. So where does that all leave us? What's the final verdict here? Well, it seems pretty crystal clear that the food we choose to put on our plates has a direct and really powerful connection to our future health.
So let's just quickly recap the big takeaways. Number 1, focus on real whole foods. Simple as that. Number 2, the health benefits are incredibly broad, touching everything from your brain to your heart. 3, a healthy gut is a critical piece of the puzzle. And finally, remember, this isn't one size fits all. You can actually find a version that's tailored for your specific goals.
At the end of the day, the scientific evidence is strong and it's consistent. It all boils down to the simple choices we make every day, meal after meal. The science is pointing right at your dinner plate. So the only question left is, what are you going to put on yours?